Aloha, everybody! Ultimate Kahuna here, and tonight I'm going to be introducing the man himself. Woo! We got ChillKidd, we got Evaleigh music, we got A.C. Pritchard. How's everybody doing tonight?
Fantastic.
Pretty good, man. How are you doing?
I love how over the top I was in your eyes. Yeah, no, we're all good, man. Yeah, well,
yeah, okay, yeah, it's fine.
Yes, I'm having a splendid day, thank you.
I am also doing well. Just drinking my tea here while I enjoy some Cabernet. What?
I said I don't think anybody asked how you were doing.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I just bullshit my way through it, man. Don't tell anybody. This is a private little secret between us. All right.
I got us some Royce beer tonight, so take a look at that.
Hell yeah, we got a drink with crazy merch. Evaleigh drinking not vodka, I've been told.
It's not pure vodka.
Not pure, not pure. I am drinking out of the only physical gift my wife gave me that I actually still have, which is this cup. It's a good time.
Oh,
it is a good time.
This is from Father's Day.
Hey.
Wait, hold on,
sweet.
Here we go.
I'm glad it says father figure, otherwise we'd have no idea you were father. No.
Well, it was a joke about being like having a dad bod, and I just scraped the rest of it off, so it says father figure. So yeah, I was like, I'm getting skinnier by the day, so no thanks.
Also, Stormcrow, whatever this is, I can't, not on stream, brother. You gotta keep it down, keep it down.
Like the
whatever this is, Stormcrow.
Watch out for potatoes.
I'm gonna hear Spanish music and just look behind me to see a giant 6'7". Oh yeah, that's something too. Stormcrow, he is Puerto Rican and he's 6'7" just to mess with your perception of him.
He's the Iron Age giant. He is.
He is a certified giant, dude. It's fantastic. But why are we here in life, in this world? What is our why are we here tonight? Tonight we are doing a pre-launch party for ChillKidd's new album. And what is the name of that album, good sir? I know it, but tell everybody in the audience.
It's called Try Hard.
Try Hard.
There with a vengeance.
We try hard.
With a vengeance. Yeah, no, I thought that too. Oh, so first of all, man, what was your inspiration for this? What was it just things going on in your personal life? Is it something a little more broad and cultural? What was your inspiration for the Try Hard album? How did this come about?
Well, honestly, it ended up just becoming something where I wanted to focus entirely on the Iron Age and the indie creators that are coming up right now.
Hell yeah!
Because I've been making music since I was like 8 years old, and I don't have a lot to show for it, but it's one of those things where you realize that this is like the right time for the indie movement to really pick up steam and for us to boost each other up. So that was the main focus on the themes of the album.
No, and that's just got to share some wisdom from Herman P. Hunter here. You're all wrong. or is he doing that in his Dr. Peterson voice? Actually, you're all wrong. And anyway.
Well, if I agree with that statement, does that mean I'm right? And is that a paradox? Did I find one?
It's a paradox, and it's really something you gotta really consider. And
listen here, Bucko. Think again, sunshine.
That's pretty good.
The old curmudgeon hedge voice, you're all wrong.
Yeah,
bitter old hedge.
I know. He's not even that old. He's just not as spry as you, I, and everybody else here.
I don't know. In his own way, he has that old man tough kind of look to him.
He has more,
especially when he has somebody flustered in an interview and he's keeping it cool and they're falling apart. It's great. He could probably still kick our asses. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He does give off that energy, but I know for a fact I'm about 2 or 3 of him in just pure mass.
You've got him beat on the mass hunt. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
The problem is Chill. The problem is I beat out mass-wise most people in our little community here. That's the problem. I'm not even that tall. I just broad. But yeah, no, man. How long have you been working on this, man? What was the start to finish kind of process here?
Well, this particular album I've been working on for probably right about a year, actually. So it was probably about this time last year when I was listening to an interview with Royce and Richard, actually. And I kind of got the inspiration to give it a go on that particular theme.
That's a really fast turnaround time to knock out. I believe the album is at 8 tracks. Is that what we're looking at here?
Yeah. So there's a 6. I've kind of figured out the ChillKidd format for me is I take the 12 song energy and shove it into 6 songs, and then I'll do like a recap or something, and then I'll do a remix of an older song.
That's really quick turnaround. Is this 5th album or 6th album for you?
Let's see. There was Knockdown. Oh, I got them up on the wall over here. Knockdown, Sound Defense, Space. Sounds bad on paper. Completely safe. Yeah, this will be the 6th one. Wow.
So
bro.
I think what the first album came out, wasn't it in like 2018, something like that? So you're talking about 6 albums, and it's one a year pretty much.
Well, to be fair, that one had some training wheels because it was kind of I picked the best songs from 2 different things that I'd done and I remixed them and released them as Knockdown and got rid of the rest. So
still, that's really consistent productivity. That's
I was going to ask you guys, I'm not a musician. I'm just some a-hole on the internet yelling at people trying to promote books and music now too.
I've been trying to get into that market.
Yeah. So, but AC, Evaleigh, what about you guys? How does it look for turnaround in the music industry, both indie and mainstream? I know AC went pretty mainstream for a while. What was your productivity like when you were in a bigger band, AC?
Well, you could spend all different amounts of time on a song. I think the quickest we did song start to finish was just a couple days in studio. It was just we got room for one more. We got extra time, we're here, let's go. And then we did it, and basically when we did that, it was very much we went around the band and kind of everybody pitched in a chunk, and then we just filled out a standard length song with, that amount of stuff. It was kind of interesting. It made the song switched a lot, but we were able to carry it to get make it all cohesive with the drums and the vocals, basically. It was cool.
Kind of an interesting way to do it, actually. Yeah, because a lot of the time, especially with the further back you go time-wise, a lot of those older kind of rock and metal bands, they would kind of have 1 or 2 primary songwriters, and then maybe occasionally the others would pitch in a bone. But it's usually 1 or 2 primary songwriters in a group. The idea of kind of going to each individual member and being well, hey, you add something, you find what you can contribute here. It's kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, but I guess that was that was start to finish tracking, writing to tracking. I guess it takes much more time to mix and master it beyond that. So I mean, our turnaround time for the producer was sometimes he'd take weeks, so I don't know, a month, I would say would be a good amount of time he'd work on it, or maybe a 3 weeks.
3 weeks for a song.
Yeah, just that's just been safe, just to be 3 weeks.
Giving it a bit of a range.
That's the 2 days or whatever, and then the rest is just mixing and mastering. Maybe 2 weeks. But yeah. I digress. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get what I'm picking up.
And it's also kind of different now because ChillKidd, you're just a one-man kind of show. I don't know how often you kind of work with other people or have them pitch in or you pitch in with their stuff. But it's different when it's kind of a one-man show. You're editing, you're doing all the mixing yourself and trying to figure out how to make it sound good. You use guinea pigs like me and probably some of the guys on here on occasion just to get a feel for how the song is. And so how is that for you, kind of going through as mostly a solo kind of guy?
Well, I mean, it's a lot different than being in a band for sure. That was how I got my start, is being in a punk band, learning how to record our music ourselves, and then started recording other people. But it is a big change to be working on the music all by myself. But there are things that are better about it because,
more
the process of
control kind of thing.
getting input is, a little less complicated. or getting people together all at the same time. Plus, a lot of the producing I do happens just right here. Like,
just on
I'll
your
lay
little.
down a bass line or two, and then I'm on the tablet for the rest of it.
Yeah, I saw an old picture of you on Twix yesterday or the day before with your old band. That was cool.
Yeah.
Is that like? Do you think that that experience from that helped propel you into this? Like, ultimately,
without a doubt.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
So I just got my elbow. Sorry.
And that's
It's really tight in here.
That's something too. I'll ask Evaleigh a question, then we'll kind of look at some of the art and maybe play a song and move on from there. But Evaleigh, what about you, man? I know you've done a lot of kind of stuff on your own, and I know you've worked with other people as well. So I'm kind of curious what your kind of perspective on that is, like working in a band versus working on your own, or if you've ever actually worked with a band kind of thing.
Yeah, I've done a handful of like other projects where I've contributed my skills to what other people are doing. It's different. It's cool because I mean, on one hand, it's people just bring you stuff. They're like, "Hey, man, here's a bass line." I'm like, "Sick." And they're like, "Hey, I did drums." I'm like, "Nice." It's one less thing I don't have to do. And the way sometimes people approach music is different than what you would do. So they bring, their flavor to the table and do something that you come with totally different sounds. Then it kind of pushes out how you write. And you're like, "Oh, I should try doing that myself later on." So in that aspect, it's cool. Sometimes though, people bring stuff to the table and you're like, I don't love that. But
and then how do you bring that up without it being weird or like kind of disrespectful kind of thing? It's
for me, I always, with the people I've worked with, I'm always like, I don't really dig that, but do you like it? And they're like, yes. I'm like, all right, let's roll with it then. And you just go. And if it's something that I just because you can't see what they see doesn't mean that it's not there, I guess. Yeah. So I just kind of roll with it. And it's always worked out. Every time that somebody else has said like, this is my vision, trust me. I'm like, okay, I don't see it, but let's go. It's always worked out for the better. And then doing things on your own is just cool. Cause I mean, like we were saying, you have just creative control over everything and you don't have to worry about what other people think about it. You can just make music for yourself. And I guess that's something that I want to ask you about. By the way, do you go by, is it just ChillKidd? Is it Mr. Kidd, Mr. Chill? Is Mr. Chill your father? Like, what's the...
It's Mr. Chill to you.
We don't talk about, Mr. ChillKidd Senior, no. You can just call me Anthony if you want to, but, I know that it's probably more professional to be like, yeah, I'm ChillKidd. That's me.
It's more of a branding thing. Besides the fact you have the dopest ChillKidd sign, like lighting up your background, making me feel very competent with my stuff.
Well, what I could probably do is just make one for you. Come on.
Now we're talking. I don't come cheap. It's you doing something for me, but
I gotta know. I don't think we covered this yet. Where'd the name come from? Which is just like,
yes, names
is it taken? It's available. It's
the best I can remember. I was working on a craft with my daughters, and they were getting really overly excited, and like they had the scissors, So I was like, "We need, ChillKidd," and then I just kind of thought about it for a minute. I was like, "That'd be a fun band name," that's probably about 5% of my experience in life is me turning to myself and going, "That's a good band name," and writing it all down. So,
oh man, I'm shocked. Honestly, I couldn't believe that it was not taken by like 5 or 6 different artists when you jump on.
Yeah.
In fact, it is. There are a bunch of people that are using it, but like most of them, they're dead accounts. They don't have any posts from the last certain amount of time, and then there was a couple of people that just barely were trying.
You do a lot of graphic design kind of stuff too, and you get your art out there, which you're a musician, so it shouldn't be important, but it kind of is. Having a look that people can associate with you and your stuff is hugely important. Evaleigh, you've done that kind of yourself as well, and AC. AC, I saw your most famous picture you posted on Twitter, man. That's sick, by the way.
Yeah,
that's pretty dope, for sure.
I saw that. I'm like, I'm stealing it.
Yeah, like a boss. Jared Christman came in with like a dope one with the crowd. He's got his
with his axe held aloft. Yeah,
like I got some with the crowd, but like. Since I'm like always the focus, I only get kind of like the fringes of the crowd. You know what I mean? And I haven't. Yeah. There was very few where I could just get like that dope silhouette with like everybody. Yeah.
Well, frankly, they're the crowd. They're not really important next to the talent. I just
they complete the energy.
Talking about those kinds of shots and playing live. ChillKidd, you were saying that, or Anthony,
Anthony.
you got your start.
And for me.
Yes.
Oh my!
Oh, spicy.
Hey, I got to make it in this business somehow.
Hey, you wouldn't be the first musician to do that anyway.
So you're saying
yeah.
you started in a punk band. That's where you kind of got your start in the whole music scene, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're playing live shows, and what was your role in the punk band exactly? Like, what was all encompassing?
Well, I mean, it was probably the most important role. I played the triangle, and what you really got to do is make sure you're not having skin touch on the actual.
Oh man!
Yeah,
yes.
you got to. No, I wrote all the songs and played guitar and sang.
Oh, dude,
So,
yeah. I've heard some of your vocals and some of your music. You need to sing more often, man. You have a very, very higher register, good voice, man. It's a good asset of yours.
Well, one thing with ChillKidd is I wanted to make music. Because when I was playing in my punk band, I mean that was like high school through like 2010. So like a good 7 or 8 years in there. Well, no, I guess it was probably 10 altogether. But yeah, at that time things weren't like they are now. So it was okay to like talk about a lot of political stuff and still just be a band that you could play, in Chicago and stuff. But things are so weird now that I don't feel like I need to sing about as much. Like I want to give people as many reasons to have fun as possible, and the less talking. There's so much talking going on. The less talking that I do, I think, kind of the better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, like
people are so
different
divided
music for
over dumb
different
stuff now.
Well, it's like
God
different
forbid
music for
someone find
different
out I'm a
kinds of stuff. Like
Republican,
you're called ChillKidd. You're not government sucks. We're going to talk about political problems kind of kid. Yeah.
I just wanted to give people as many reasons to just have a good time together as possible. So I try to limit how much I do. If I sang too much, I'm going to start talking about stuff that is going to divide everybody more, and I don't really want to do that.
Okay,
I'll write a song about like my wife or about struggling a little bit with, artistic pursuits, but I don't want to piss anybody off because I'm trying to use this to take care of my kids.
I was going to ask earlier because we were talking about working with bands versus working on our own. Of course, we have that creative control aspect, but there's also that if you are by yourself, are you just making the music completely and solely for yourself? Or it sounds like you're trying to make music not just for yourself, but for the people as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm selfish.
I want to cultivate an audience. I wanted to kind of give a voice to, I'm trying to go back through my thought process for how I got to where I'm at. You guys ever heard of the band 5 Iron Frenzy? They're a Christian ska. 5 Iron Frenzy. They're a Christian ska band from the 90s. They were in the 2000s too, but they were, their whole shtick for a while there was that they were kind of like we're the place where the nerd can be accepted, and the outcasts and stuff. They were trying to make that like that fun nerd culture thing, and if nobody else understands you, there's a place for you here, and then they would use that to talk about their relationship with Jesus and stuff. It was pretty cool. It was very potent and effective for like someone growing up like me. As kind of like an awkward, autistic, nerdy kid with they called it ADHD at the time. But
looks like King Bob has heard of that band. Great band, he says.
Yeah, they used to be absolutely incredible. Some of the best musicians ever. They're really good. But one thing that was really startling to me is through time they've become more and more and more like deep lefty political, not like the nice lefty person I know who cares about people. They're like getting nasty about it, and they put out posts about how they never asked me who I voted for until now, when it's really, really trendy on the left to be like, I don't like anyone who disagrees with me. So they were like, don't listen to our music anymore. You're not our fan. Da 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 da. And I'm like, what happened to being like? It feels like a video of somebody getting like kicked by a bunch of people, and then like someone that they know runs up and they're like, oh, thank goodness you're here, and they just start kicking too. That's what it feels like, like hearing these bands act like that. And I wanted to take that experience and create a place where those people that are getting kicked by their favorite heroes from growing up can gather. Does that make sense? It was kind of long-winded.
No,
a little more self-righteous.
Well, it's a good explanation, man, but it really encapsulates a lot of what we learn here in the Iron Age.
Yep.
And what like kind of what we're trying to do here, we're trying to create a space where it's about the art again and actually saying something that's meaningful, not just that's trendy. AC, you had something, and I'm a jackass, so go ahead.
Oh, you just said what I was going to say. That's all.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no,
exactly.
looks like Metals Movies and Brewskis just got over here. He did an art commission for me recently, and he had me on his channel for like a midnight stream for a little bit. Really cool. The guy he's been talking about movies and metal for a couple of years, and he does his own comics. Is always promoting other people's stuff. It's a good time, man. You guys should check him out on Twitter.
Hail.
I definitely will. Yeah. What was that, AC?
Hail MMB.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so you got your start in punk. You're doing this whole scene. How does one go from punk to the music you're making now, which is, I don't know how you categorize it, EDM, synthwave, a little bit of dubstep in there?
It's really it's a good blend of stuff. It's really like I've used it for some of my sci-fi readings that I've done on live, and I always like, yeah guys, that was ChillKidd's music. Check them out. It's a good thing. But yeah,
thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I know I joke around with you guys a lot, but it's been a long road, man. You know, like I said, like I just turned 39, and so like I've been making music for over 30 years, and it's just just tough. You know, like I joke. I did play one live thing, and I did joke with people like I've been playing music for 30 years, and like, ooh, neat. And I'm like, it's not that impressive. You haven't heard me play anything yet. Kind of wait till you hear the music. Yeah, okay. But what was the question? I'm sorry.
Oh. Who's
I was saying, just what was the step? How do you go from punk music to creating what you do now? Because totally different styles. I don't think it's a natural progression from one to the other, or is it?
Well, no, I don't know, because a lot of my punk friends, it's taken them a minute to get used to it when I ask them what they think. But you know, I started out making the electronic music because I was making YouTube videos. And I didn't want to get popped for like copyright. So I was just like, I'll just make some real simple loops and start there. And they just kept getting a little bit more complicated and interesting. And I kind of got carried away with it. And then my daughters started getting involved. Like they wanted to check it out. And they wanted to tell me, oh, I want this to sound like this. And do you have girl voices? You want to have some singing? And so like I had them sit with me and produce some stuff. And then I named the project ChillKidd from there. So it wasn't something I expected to do. It kind of just happened. And the YouTube channel didn't really work out, but I like making music.
Okay.
So I stuck with it.
Do you still have a passion for punk? Is that something like a well that one day you're like, yeah, I'd love to do another punk project at some point? Or are you like,
yeah,
no,
absolutely.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know, I mean, I've done street punk. You know, I even did like a Ramones kind of style band. But I was the drummer in that one. That was
Ramones
fun.
are dope, dude. I'll be honest.
Yeah, there's my boys there. But yeah, I mean, I love punk. And on the album, the recap that I did this time on Try Hard is I took the main songs and turned them into ska. Which if you've ever gotten into ska, like you know, once you get the bug, like you get it. And it's just one of the things you never get rid of. So punk and ska are really dear to my heart still. And I've been trying to start a ska band since I was probably about like 11.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you and I talked about that a while back, like certain very specific ones, and I was like, man, that's really cool. I've never even heard that word before. It still kind of scares me.
It's good stuff though, man.
You can definitely hear that influence coming through on some of your tracks where you get like that, was it offbeat, that the
reggae kind of like
you get like that vibe to it, and that shift in your music and all that. So do you I
try to let like all of my experience with music affect what I'm doing now. I don't get to use punk as much, but like definitely my rock influences, you know, kind of some of my like I got it like when I started learning the bass, I started trying to work on funk. So I could get a lot more technique with my hands and stuff. You can really train your hands well if you start with funk and then move on into like metal and rock from there. At least that's what I've heard.
Yeah, funk's tough.
But these little hobbit hands right here, kind of, you need a lot of practice.
Man. Better than me, man. I'm built like a giant toddler.
Yeah, you look like Andre the Giant. Like you could crush my head. Like palm me like Shaq.
Apparently, Guilty's heard of ska, and he's possibly aroused by the fact that it was brought up during this conversation.
I don't love that phrasing, but I am willing to talk ska with anyone at any time.
He's like,
even Five Iron
Got-
Frenzy, I would still talk with them about it.
Ska?
Gotta give me the good stuff, man. You know I need some ska.
Hey, man.
Dude, I heard a ska band the other day they were Jewish, and they had the klezmer too, and like it was freaking amazing. Somebody was like, "Is that clarinet?" I'm like, "No."
I was going to ask
Yeah,
what that
let me-
is because I don't know that word.
If you hear klezmer, you'll recognize it immediately. If you've ever
Okay,
watched any
okay.
comedy about, anything Jewish at all, like it's good. It's a good instrument. I love it.
It's just one of them Jewish things.
Yeah, yes, just
One of
talk a
them
bunch of stones,
things.
and I'll look it up on the YouTube.
Don't worry.
I'll look it up.
about
I'll look it up on the line. But now, guys, I think it's time to look at some of the promotional art
Well,
that ChillKidd put together for.
Really quick,
Oh,
I did
yeah.
have one. I did have
Go ahead,
one
go
very
ahead.
quick question. I have been watching a lot of Death Battle in preparation for Royce's Iron Age matchups coming in the future here, assuming everything goes good. And I was just wondering, how do you fare in a matchup, a death battle, some would say, with your arch nemesis, ChillKidd? How do you typically fare in a death battle against him?
I wasn't ready for this question, but
You're
I
never
think
ready for
it's an
ChillKidd.
ongoing legal matter. ChillKidd and I.
I see.
So, every
Okay.
time I see him, he just goes.
Understandable.
That's a way homer. That was a bad one.
But
That's
yeah,
pronounced CH, isn't it?
and those listening, of course, ChillKidd is his arch nemesis, who is him from another universe who never stopped playing punk. And
Yeah.
recently it
Yeah.
took a dark turn after the pandemic, and he's been angry.
He had an emo phase for
Well, he's
a while.
only angry
It got
because
dark.
he tried to get into the Beastie Boys, but they broke up. So that's the one reason why he's angry. He takes it out on me.
Can
what-
this be
I
the
actually
next-
heard that he did get in, and then that's the reason they broke up.
Yeah, but he didn't have his license to ChillKidd, so
No, he's
he had to get out of here.
the next Shalar project, something
Yep.
that is a joke that becomes reality.
I got ideas.
Joke?
I got a
Yeah,
joke.
like
Yeah.
we were never joking. All right, but I think it's
Oh,
time we
stop.
look at some of that excellent art
Yes.
that ChillKidd put together for this man. Oh, we can look at. Oh,
I
check
used
that
up
out.
the entire ink cartridge.
Nice.
Yeah, look at
Way to
that.
do it.
I was looking at that thing. It's a little soggy, but I'm going to share my screen here.
Yeah, my fingers are all black now.
That's
You
the
like
key,
put it
man.
on your face. It's like ChillKidd is back.
But that thing cost me 50 cents at the library. I don't want to ruin it.
Soggy.
But
brains.
hell yeah, guys, check this out. I don't know how to make it
Ooh.
bigger, but maybe there we go. There it
Oh,
is.
she's a real beaut.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That is
geez,
the
look at that.
cover.
Oh, pulling a space gun there, just the arm severed off there.
Oh,
flipping
look
in the air,
out.
you betcha.
He's
The fingers in the
been
trigger
working
well.
on this
Oh,
for
geez.
like almost.
This
I
one
feel like
goes
he's been
hard.
working on this
Safety
almost as long
course.
as the album.
This
Honestly,
one here goes hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really did want the art to be right, for sure.
Now, are you the kind of an artist that some artists don't like to talk about what the thought process was in the creation of whatever the music or the actual visual pieces because they want the audience to kind of have that discussion and think on it on your own? Where do you stand on that? Is it something that you'd want to discuss, or is it more leave it up to the listener to interpret?
Man, the way you questioned or the way you worded part of that, it sounded like you were asking me to, like, disclose if I'm HIV positive or something. Do you want to talk about it, or do you want to keep that?
to talk about some really personal
What's
information
your
there,
status?
ChillKidd?
What's your status? No, I was kidding. Well, I mean, the main idea of the album is that idea that like try hard became an insult. Oh, what do you say? You're such a try hard.
Yeah, I never understood
And
that.
Yeah.
For me, I get what they're going for, but for me, that's all I have. That's literally all I have. Like, everything has been so ridiculously difficult that's all I have left is to try as hard as I can, and I'm going to, and I'm trying to pass that on to my kids. So, like, I wanted to convey that idea that even if there's a massive setback in your life and the things you're trying to do, like, you keep going.
Like if
So-
your body is separated from
Yeah.
your arm, you still pull that trigger.
Yeah, and like the fact that it's frozen in there, I thought that was a fun thing to go for. But and then, like, I continue the story throughout the rest of the album art. So, like, just listening to it online, you're gonna miss part of that artistic story. But yeah, I don't mind talking about it because I try to pack a meaning that's shareable. into what I do. Oh, you have it.
Yeah, no, you have it. You put it all in the Gilded, man. I got it all.
There you go.
Tryhard is dedicated to the indie creators of the Iron Age of media.
So now we're gonna have to make it like one of those talking birthday cards, and we record you saying that when you open the CD. It plays that. That'd be great.
Iron Age birthday cards. I'm down. That sounds hilarious.
It'd be like, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to Jonathan F. whatever. Oh,
And then Tryhard is dedicated to the indie creators of the Iron Age of media. Get it, brother, or we're coming for you.
Okay.
If you're supposed to be trying to like dissuade me, you haven't yet.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, you haven't heard me. You haven't heard me start this yet.
Kahuna is
Oh, boy.
wait, I got it.
What are we on Twitch? What is this?
Kahuna is Genie from Aladdin.
Prince Ali, happy as he, Ali Ababwa. Watch us get taken down for that now. the mouse says is like, oh, not on YouTube.
Yeah, get copyright strike for just singing it. That's funny.
It's like, I'm not that good at singing, guys. Calm down.
You sound just like Robin Williams, man.
Oh no, he did not related, but he did such a good job on that movie, man.
Yeah. There's a big story for how he even like almost wasn't involved in it, which the whole movie basically was him, which is what he wanted to avoid.
Hell yeah. And so, ChillKidd, what was this image? What was this little spaceman image? Which part was this? The inside sleeve, or what was that for the?
That's supposed to be on the back of it. I would say booklet, but it looks like I'm not going to be able to afford a actual opening booklet. But yeah,
that always makes things a bit more money.
Yeah.
No,
but yeah, this will be the first album that I'm putting out on physical media, and if it goes well, I'll be able to go back and do it for all the other stuff, which means I get to make more art for the other albums because all I have is an album cover for the other stuff I've done. But yeah, the point of it was that he's taking on that monster that's a little too big for him to handle.
You mean that monster?
Yeah.
I'm sensing Lovecraft.
Yeah, I wanted to go for something that kind of creeps and flows.
You got to be careful. They always go for the kahunas.
Yeah,
that's the
rumor
you protect
anyway.
them kahunas, man. that doesn't grow back. The arm. Well, wait, no.
Well, what? Everyone starts running away. I can take it.
So,
you did a great job with all the art, man, and like I know you did different things for like different parts of it, but it really came together. Yeah,
I really want to give people something to look at again, because with all the things going on in media, everything's just kind of flattening out and becoming more generic. And I really loved the work that people put into art when I was growing up. Like all the albums that I have, like I can remember album covers that I haven't seen in 20 years, but they stick with you if they're really good, like a visual accompaniment to what you're listening to, especially when you're cracking open that CD for the first time and putting it in, like after you figure out how to get the plastic.
There's something.
What I love?
Go for it. What's one you liked?
Whenever you have the CD and it has like design on it, when you put on, starts spinning, it blends together and like makes a picture. And some of the artists actually were thinking of that whenever they design it. So you look at like, what is this? You put down one, starts spinning, it creates like an image.
I've seen that. That's dope.
This is the first time hearing of this wizardry. What?
In Flames Colony, their CD was just black and it had In Flames on one side and there was like a fireball, like a small one. And once it started spinning, it looked like the fireball was going around and it kind of created
that's so cool.
ring, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be able to do that this time, but that's pretty dope.
It's a thought.
It's a very cool idea. Yeah.
My wife will love that you talked about In Flames.
Oh yeah, man.
That name sounds dope enough. I know that. What's their style? What's their style?
Gothenburg style melodic death metal.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They're like European.
At least when they started, yeah.
And the occasional clogging,
Yeah, there's the big three. It was like them, Soilwork, Dark Tranquility, all them. But
I've heard of Dark Tranquility. Yeah.
But yeah. I was going to ask, this is the second time, I think, based on what I'm looking at here, that you've done Space or Spice.
He loves Space,
around here.
Space.
Well, the first time the album that you're talking about, Space, was actually how I got into the retrowave thing. I had
Wasn't
some
that
people
for a
heard
video
some of
game,
my-
if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, it says gameplay mix. Is this in a game?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. That's
Yeah.
some people found me on Facebook when I was still on that godforsaken place, and then he was part of an indie game group. They were just making their first big project together, and they needed music, so he just asked me to sit in on some meetings, and then kind of turned me loose. But then he gave me I can't remember the name of the band, but they have this band that their album was called Better Than Reality, I think. And he's like, can you make it sound kind of like this? And I was like, sure, let's go for it, because I'd never heard that music as an actual genre. I just thought it was in like The Thing,
You mean like this
John
song?
Carpenter
Or
movies.
can you guys hear that?
Oh yeah, we can hear it.
Okay, good.
I'm waiting
there
to
you
be
go.
like, oh, what was the name of this game? You're like, oh,
You
little thing
know,
called-
a space. I may or may not have it.
it's called No Man's
This is a
Sky.
good one. I like this one.
Yeah,
Cheat
cheat codes, man. But
Right.
yeah, you
I
also
ended up
did like
doing
an
music.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to interrupt you. There's a bit of a delay.
Oh no, you're all good, man. But we talked about this before, and you did something very clever, which was you'd have the music playing, and it obviously would change as you went to a different part of the game. But then you did something I've never heard of before. It was very, very cool. If you pause the game, the music doesn't stop. It turns into an 8-bit version of the same song and takes off on the same spot where you were while still playing the game. And I heard that, I'm like, who thinks of
The
stuff like
8-bit
that, man? It's such a cool idea.
The 8-bit loops were shorter, but I timed it to where if it crossfades, it would end up in the exact right spot. So I think I ended up making the actual tracks like 5 minutes long or something like that. I figured out the math to where it would end up being right on beat and right on melody whenever it comes back in, no matter where you pause or unpause at. So that was a lot of fun. And the guys didn't even think about stuff like that. But that's what's cool about being in the head of a musician is you hear a lot of stuff that maybe doesn't
Well,
occur
yeah,
to
man.
other
Why do you think I'm
people right
friends with
away.
all of you guys? You guys have great ideas. I'm just like, I like the beeps and the boops, actually. Both of them.
Oh, the boops. Okay, I was like,
The beeps and
okay,
the
we're getting
boops.
right to that.
But
like,
yeah, Striper's
there hasn't
album
been
art
a-
was really good, yeah.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, Metal Movies and Brewskis. Striper's album
Oh,
art for Hell
Striper.
with the Devil really stuck with him. I'm like, yeah, can't deny that one. I
Yeah,
thought
that's pretty
that was
dope
a great
for
one.
sure.
Did you say what the name of this game is? Can we go play it? Have you played it? Is it awesome?
Yeah, it's an indie project. I haven't played it in a while, but it's called Grimalkin, Grimalkin, I think. If you look on SoundCloud or on Bandcamp, I think I have it, the name of the game listed there, maybe even a link, but it's on Steam.
Grimalkin, cool, yeah. Because I saw that, I was like, wait, he has music in a game? Because your music, the style of it, I feel like it's really
well suited,
versatile
yeah.
in the sense that, yeah, it could be in a game, it could be like background music, but if you listen to it just on its own, it moves, it's got transitions, it bops, and then, I think it could also work well even for like streams and things like that. It's like you pick a lane because it will work here, and then if you want it to do this, it can do that. If you want to do this, it will do that. I've almost wondered too, would you ever do a release that has sort of like this, where there's the gameplay mix, and then you have like the pop mix or mainstream mix or something, where maybe you condense the length down to like 3.5 minutes, bring in some vocalist or sing yourself, do that kind of thing, and have different versions so you can really cater to those audiences. And I don't know, it's just a thought.
Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, the way you're describing it sounds like you've thought about this a bit. So why don't we work on that together? I can get a better idea what you mean.
Cool.
I'd be happy to try that out for sure.
I did go to your Bandcamp page and find the name. So it's Grimalkin Space Defense.
Sick.
There you
Interesting
go.
name, yeah. So if you guys are interested in an indie sci-fi kind of project that ChillKidd made the music for, obviously the music's going to be great. I can't speak for the gameplay, but that's the name. Go check it out, man. Leave the stream.
Yeah,
Go
it was
look right now.
made to be done in several stages too, so that like the music intensifies depending on what's going on in the game. So I had to make sure that all my loops fit together.
Yeah,
So,
that sounds like
it was a fun
that sounds like
experience,
so much
man.
work.
But once you figure out your production flow, you're just kind of injecting your creativity into it. So the first couple tracks, I was getting it figured out how I wanted to do it, and then once I had my process, it was a lot easier. So the last few tracks took almost no time at all, just because I had the melody figured out already, and I knew my process. But by no time at all, I mean, instead of like a month and a half, they took like a week or two.
Yeah. Do you ever sit down and you just like it's like pure flow state and you knock out like 3 minutes of music and it sounds great all in like one session? Like, where'd that come from?
That usually only happens when I'm physically playing an instrument. Like to get into that stream, there's definitely a delay between what I'm hearing and thinking and how long it takes it to just program it into something. But if I'm playing like the bass or the guitar or something like that, yeah, I can definitely get in that state real fast.
What about you, Evaleigh and A.C? Well, like, do you guys have trouble getting into the flow state, or is it something that you were able to achieve fairly often when you're in the creative process?
It can come and go, just like any other. There's like a type of writer's block for musicians too. I'm sure you just got to get in that emotional headspace and whatever that process is for you. I know back in the day, picking up my dad's guitar was really therapeutic. Just feeling the vibrations. I don't even got to play anything. Just really slow notes. That's why I suggest anybody, if you want to, play guitar, at least it's worth just therapeutically figuring it out very slowly or whatever. But like even when I was practicing my vocals multiple times a day, like that would just get it out of you. You know what I mean? And it like was very athletic also at the same time. It turns out. So yeah, dude. Like sometimes you can induce it. If it like that's what I found with like the vocals, for example. Just because it's so like physical or whatever. But like with the guitar too. Something about the vibrations, man. It's crazy. Like you can just.
I can feel that, man. I grew up. I had a lot of Hawaiian family and friends of the family over there growing up. I'd always go back and visit and such. And a friend of the family, George Kahumoku, his son Kiyoki, he told me once when I was very young, and he's talking to his son and I. He's like, "Yeah, if I'm ever having a really bad day, I just need to like grab that old ukulele that I played when I was a kid, or my dad's like 80-year-old guitar, and just play a couple notes on there, and it kind of takes him right out of whatever was going on in his life at the time."
Right.
It's very, very cool.
Right. What about you, AC, or not AC, Evaleigh? AC too.
Yeah, AC.
Alt Andy? Can we do that?
I'm ACB. I'm ACA, and you're AC1.
Actually, guys, we all know what his real name
AC/DC.
is. His name is Chris, and that's never. I want everybody to imprint that in their mind right now. Never forget it. Evaleigh is Chris.
Okay, Chris.
Yeah.
I've been incorrectly called that
He just outed you.
my entire life, and I don't know why. It's not my name. I guess I look like a Chris. I don't know.
You look like a Jake, is what you look like.
You look kind of like a Chris Kringle. You look a little Kringly. A little Chris. I'm sensing some Chris with your Kringle.
Not so much here, but like right in here.
Little
Looking a little bit.
Actually, right here, right in the heart.
Yeah. Right there.
Oh, and two for Jake. All right. Chris Jake. That's going to be my country name.
Jake.
My name is Chris Jake, and this is for the troops.
Yeah.
Going out on a Sunday night.
It's all lawnmowers and heartache.
It's like every what's that joke? Like every country song is just a success story in reverse. I love it. My dog has died and I lost my truck. I called my cousin because we like to.
Dude.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Because you like to like garden or?
We like to garden together. Yeah.
Garden.
That's good. It's a good hobby.
With your cousin always. Yeah, and
right.
It's not weird. Don't make it weird. But all right, fellas, this is a pre-launch party for the album Try Hard. What do you say we play a song?
Do we have to? I mean.
I guess we could just talk about it the entire time. That's what people are here for.
Wow. That's what I'm here for.
Okay, let me see. Don't log
now,
in.
whenever people, well, I guess we can get back to this. Do you have a song off the album that is your like? This is the song. If you're only going to hear one song from me, this is the one you listen to, or do you have a favorite, or how do you direct people? Or do you just want
That'd be
Ultimate
tough.
Unit to
My
pick?
favorite song on the album is definitely not the most dynamic or interesting. So
Okay.
I'm going to leave that one kind of inside. But if I recommend one, it's All Nighter. That one has like, I think the most range for what I was trying to do with the album.
Good deal.
Speaking
And
of
like
all-nighter,
I built anxiety
ladies.
into it. Oh, sorry.
Which
I
No,
one?
built-
we're all good. We're all good.
Like as I was making it, I wanted to get to like the more compelling, exciting parts of the song, and I forced myself to push those off because that's kind of the theme of, like, you know, making sure you're staying up long enough to get thing you're working on done, and putting
Yeah.
off that like, oh, I just want to go to sleep, or I just want to go,
I was
play a
gonna say
video game or something.
for people that work nights, because there are a lot of people in the Gilded that work the night shift. Would this be more all dayer?
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. In my personal life, yes, that would kind of be me coming home from work and staying up. But yeah, that was just, it's fun that there's so many parts of the process that just are never going to get out, like past me telling them. Yeah, but
alas, this is All Nighter. So it's the second song on the album, is that right? Or is that just
yes, sir.
Okay, sweet.
Glow
This is
sticks
All
on.
Nighter. Hopefully it plays. Anyone in chat, if it doesn't play on YouTube, scream at me and I'll figure it out. Ooh, that's
I'm gonna
nice.
copyright strike and take it down. So no,
It's like they are playing my strong song on their stream, making money off my hard-earned work. Hell yeah, brother. That was fantastic, man. I love that the breakdown was acoustic. That was a cool little touch, man.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I like it. Like
That was a lot of
your
fun to work
breakdowns
on.
are always fire, bro. But like on this one, like the acoustic coming in, that threw me for a loop. That was good, dude.
Yeah, there's a little bit of mandolin in there as well.
Sick.
Oh,
Yeah.
Michael Harris just left too. He said he had to bounce, but yeah, he popped in for a second.
Hail
And
Harris.
he's living over in China. That's why I bring it up. But
Mhm.
Aha.
Mhm.
He's getting American takeout as we speak.
Yes.
hey, wait a second.
Did you just say you're going to take out America?
Damn you,
Just in her 'cause
Santa.
I
Your
love her.
FBI guy just jumped up from his chair.
I've been informed. If anything he's told me is correct, they drink gasoline instead of alcohol, and they kill yaks in the mountains. But that's just what I've heard. Who knows?
How do the yaks feel about that? The yaks coming over here. You guys drinking gasoline over here? Hey, what are you doing?
But they do drink alcohol out of gasoline containers, which is that true story. True story.
Yeah, that sounds like something someone in my family would do for sure.
Yeah, same here.
It's very Arkansas sounding.
What kind of southern
Oh my
hick BS is that?
The gasoline
I need a
container
refrigerated
is
resident
not-
so I can make
Well, no, they would buy a new one.
gasoline container.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, you would buy a new one. You're not crazy, right?
Yeah, it's not you.
oh,
It
that
seems like something you would do to get people to go, "Oh my gosh, what's he doing?"
But they
That
don't
would
have
just
they
don't
don't do internet stuff where he lives, so it's just like except for
Oh.
like him and 4 other people. But it's like so they just do that, not for the memes. It's just like how they live.
Yeah, it
man.
definitely sounds like that kid that tried too hard in high school. Like they before memes were called memes,
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah.
drink. I'm drinking from the gasoline can.
Sorry, ChillKidd, I'm not even quite 30 yet, so that might be a little before my time. So what was
Yeah,
it like when
I
they
know.
invented
I know
the
what
wheel?
you're
Was that a pretty
talking
cool thing, or was that kind of like, oh, just
Yeah,
You'll never know.
'cause
You
it-
weren't there, but it was great. It was a
It
good
was
time.
you.
Rolled down the road, stared at it. It was mesmerizing.
I was so excited. What was that?
Said you put a cart in the spokes of that wheel and watch out.
Well, I was so excited that I said "Yabba Dabba Doo." So
Very good, very good.
tell you what.
Now I got a
Oh.
question for you. So okay, this is your new stuff, obviously. Is this where you would want somebody to jump in? For people that haven't checked you out before, you like go get the new album. That's where to start. Or is it like comics? Like, no, start at the beginning and take the journey.
I mean, of course, I want people to listen to as much of my music as possible,
Sure.
but I try to make everything pretty approachable if I can. So I've tried to make this album a good place somebody could start, because a lot of people that you don't get to choose where they hear your stuff.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
true.
With the way fate works, I mean, in fact, there's some of the musicians that I used to listen to growing up. The song that I heard first was nothing like anything else they did, but it got me in the door, and then I developed a taste for the rest.
That's true. Yeah, your catalog is pretty consistent. There's slight variation, but it's true that I think he can probably jump in anywhere and get a good feel for what your sound is.
I still think Outrunning the Destroyers, it's up there. It could be my favorite. That song that's
another
such a good song.
That's another game soundtrack. That's a mobile game. That's why it's called Shape Invaders.
Yeah, we talked about that. It had such a cool sound, and I'm like, you told me where it came from, and he did it for a buddy's game. I'm like, that is so sick, dude. I don't even need a game to listen to this. This is fantastic, man.
Mm.
I will say my favorite.
I'm glad you like that one.
My favorite is Humans Being off of your previous release. They're Completely Safe. It's
Really?
kind of like it's I don't know if happy's, but it's kind of like jaunty. I listen sometimes on the way to work, and I'm like, yeah, it's a good day today. Like, yeah, cool.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad you like that one.
Yeah, dude, I like that.
There's a thing I've been trying to do as a producer. I've been trying to put myself in a position where I'm working with something that's so outside of my comfort zone that I have to continually keep myself interested in working on it. And so I'll push myself to keep working on a song. If it, like the way that I set up the melody, it was kind of irritating me, and I don't know why.
Oh.
But I was like, if I can keep myself interested in this song, then I might have a good song on my hands. And so I just kind of lovingly shaped that one over. That took me probably about 4 months to get it to where I wanted it.
Oh wow!
So,
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I also like your
glad.
song "Smoke Show" you did for to serenade your wife there. That's a killer. Like also anyone who's a musician and hasn't made a song for their wife, That's a big ticket thing you're kind of missing out on. I'm just going to toss that out there.
Yeah, it's true. That was a cool experience. Like making songs for people that in like specific people in mind. I mean, as long as you don't go full Clapton, then that's where you're singing to somebody else's wife. Wasn't it George Harrison's wife you were singing to?
Well, that's weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
that. Can you imagine having kahunas big enough to do that? Like some other famous person's like, this is a song about that guy's wife. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then it turns out to be like the guy's listening to you, he's getting angry. He's like, but it's a good song.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's in his position. It became legendary, So, I mean, I guess being involved in a song like that's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's funny. I was thinking about it the other day, though. How weird would it be to be an ex-boyfriend of someone like Taylor Swift?
Oh, and have a song about you?
Yeah, it'd be like that one. You'd be at the bar telling your friends that one's about me.
Right.
As long as it's not for a country chick, because if all modern country chick songs are like, yeah, I killed my husband, and they're all,
they're like,
it's like I destroyed his truck or ruined his family. It's like,
Yeah.
I hope I'm not the subject of one of those songs.
I've been listening to a lot of true crime podcasts, and just about once a month I go to my wife and say, hey, if we ever have an issue, just let me know, please. We can resolve this a different way. I don't have any life insurance, so
I actually canceled it. I was sorry to tell you.
Yeah, I'd rather be divorced than alive. And no, I'm just kidding. But,
actually, Andy, you may want to take notes. Sorry, Katie.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, because you've done music for games. Are games, because a lot of your sounds, it's got like that 80s Sega Genesis, some Nintendo kind of vibes going on there with the squares and such. Is video game music, is that something that it plays an influence, or is that just coincidence, just the nature of making synth music, it just happens?
I mean, it's kind of a combination of both. I mean, I can think of several games that had music that just changed how I look at music. So what was that?
Streets of Rage?
I can't quite understand what you're saying. What?
Streets of Rage.
I mumble.
Streets of Rage. Okay, I heard Eat Your Age, and I was like,
I'm having
Streets of Rage. Yeah.
It's like, what's wrong with you? Are you having a stroke?
Well, like the original Doom soundtrack.
Oh, nice.
That one's incredible. Like if you really listen to it, I know it sounds cheesy, and when you're not like listening to it for what they were trying to do with the instruments, When I listen to it, I think like, okay, that's obviously the guitar. There's the bass. There's the drums. Instead of just the weird sounds. But there's that one. There was another really good one.
That's a problem. There's a lot of really good
soundtrack makes
music.
the game sometimes.
Yeah.
What was that?
Halo.
There's a lot of like Halo for like AC and I. We've talked about Halo 2 for like an hour and a half. It's
Doom.
The soundtrack for Halo
is
maybe the most iconic outside of like Mario of all time. At least I think everybody knows it. There's a good reason for that. Also, Metal Movies and Brewskis mentions Castlevania, and I've heard. I haven't played the games. I've heard the music though, and the music slaps, dude. It's like not even politely, just like get in there.
Go play Symphony of the Night. Do yourself a favor. Go play Symphony of the Night. For real.
Oh, go play the game.
Yes, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It's one of the greatest games ever made. The whole thing, you can beat it top to bottom in like 10 hours. It's incredible. So good. Go play it.
It's either that or suffer through Jump King.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. Have I told you guys about the game Jump King yet?
I don't think so.
Drum King, like
Jump
drums?
King. No, Jump King.
Jump King. Okay.
It's hell. It's suffering.
It's like war.
It doesn't get better.
Yeah.
Depression
Jump King
intensifies.
never changes.
No, it's a game with a single mechanic. You try to jump up, and so but the thing is, like, if you miss a jump in the wrong spot, it'll take you down, like bare minimum a screen. Sometimes it'll take you down. I've gone down as far as 6 screens in a single.
It sounds like Welcome to the Jungle over here.
It's a game meant to make you like. It takes the best players who have never played it. They get the best run, like when they haven't done it before, is 12 hours. That's your average. Like that's your best. That's the best time you could hope for. Some people take upwards of 50 hours to beat the game.
Woof.
Just the first
This
one.
sounds amazing. Sign me
awful.
up. I've got 50 hours to kill.
But no, you know what? The Castlevania game. Message me later with that name. I'll play it. It sounds like it's more fun than what I've been doing.
While we're talking games, I got another question for you. Because to me, if I got to have music in a game, I'd be like, I did it. I'm done. I can retire. I did the thing I want to do. Like I like making music for myself. I'm selfish. If I'm the only person that ever listens to it, I'm like, that's cool. I want other people to hear it. But
Well, that's not true. I've been listening to Power at least once a day for the last week. I love that song now, man. It's great.
I love it that other people like the music, but to be able to do music for a game, I think would be like that's peak for me. So you've already done that once. Is that something
Twice,
that you're
actually.
like, oh, twice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, I like the process, so I can't wait to do that again. And
Okay.
there were more creatives. This was before I heard of the Iron Age, but there were just guys trying to make something together, and I was really happy to be a part of it. You know,
That's
it was
awesome.
cool to be in there and to kind of take what they were doing on the coding and technical side of everything, and then talk to them about, well, here's what you want your person to feel as they're coming into your game. And it was cool. It was a cool process. So I don't see that as me being done with anything. If anything, it's a cool opportunity to see if I can get into that professionally.
Yeah.
Resume.
Yeah, I think
For
you're
sure.
perfect for it. And there's so many indie devs out there that need good music. And I've played a handful of indie games and the music is kind of trash. So
Right.
they need you,
A
Mr.
lot of them
Chill.
will just use like kind of free music.
Yeah,
It's not
like
theirs.
the
It's like
game
not
assets,
meant
yeah.
for the game. I'm like,
You can tell.
Yeah.
It sucks.
You know what? There's okay. What inspired me with the game process is I got into the guy who made the music for the new Doom and Doom Eternal.
2016.
Mitch, right? Mitch.
I believe so. Yeah. Absolutely incredible. The guy actually performed a lot of the songs live at like IGN
Fantastic.
Yep, I remember
Gamer
Awards. Yeah.
thing. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, there was somebody breaking down the process of how he set up his instruments, and he challenged himself to not use, he's making metal music basically, but without guitars, and like where he can, he replaces drums with different pieces of equipment that still sound like the drums. But it was incredible going through and listening to all the process, and then going to listen to the music.
Even the old Doom has always had kind of good music. Like it's old school, but I like the original soundtrack too.
Wasn't it 9 Inch Nails? Didn't he work it, or is that no? That was
No.
that was that other one that came out just after that. It was like a Heretic. I think he worked on the music for Heretic.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Here's this is your vinyl cover, isn't it? On the front side.
Yeah, that's gonna end up being on the actual, like, the little label. They told me not to put the cutout for the circle because they'll do that as long as everything lays out just fine. So that's going to be on the label for the record for vinyl.
Also, I'm going to read all of the titles for these songs on side A without any sexual connotation whatsoever. Do it yourself. All nighter. Don't blow it out. One job to do.
Is that a misprint? Oh no!
What is this?
That blame me for that, man. I'm sorry.
I saw. I wasn't going to say anything. I'm like, I don't want people to think that I've seen things that aren't there.
No, you're married. You have to be good, Evaleigh. I'm divorced. I can say anything I want.
In fact, it's encouraged.
That's funny.
Now, what is this object?
Yeah,
It's on several of your albums. It's like a thing.
Well,
it's like your logo, kind of almost.
it's like a big metal soccer ball.
It's it does kind of look like a soccer ball.
Big fan
It's
of
an
Rocket
electron
League.
microscope picture of a single molecule of a plankton. It's a special kind of plankton that builds that geometrically shaped protective cover over it, so it protects itself. So I came up with that logo for the cover for Sound Defense, and I just really liked how it looked, and it kind of just became a part of my, my artistic catalog.
So it's a plankton
Part of the brand.
cell.
Dang.
Yeah, it's a single cell of plankton, and it constructs this out of like proteins, and it builds it around itself, and it looks so cool.
Yeah.
That all those pieces fitting together, it just looks freaking amazing. So the metaphor of building up a protective layer that's based in art and mathematics. I think is pretty cool. That's mentally.
I'm not a math guy. I can hardly count. But that's a really cool idea, man. You gotta come up with kind of a branding thing. And Evaleigh, that's a good question because I've seen this kind of symbol pop up in various places in your art and in your marketing. For some of your here we go. We got more marketing boys.
Here's one where I actually had to make it look like I cut it out of paper. I don't know if you can see it.
I know. I love this album title so much too.
Sounds bad on paper.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's sounds good on paper. No, it doesn't. It sounds terrible on paper.
Actually, ChillKidd, you try presenting screen so you could show off some of your stuff a little bit. Yeah, go press on present. You can show off some of your other album cover and anything else you have that you want to show off real quick. We can just go to a single.
I'm gonna look for that. I feel like my grandpa right now. I don't see it. That's okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, unless you want me to do this for another 5 or 6 minutes, then maybe we should move on. But it sounds bad on paper. The way I came up with that is I was debating with somebody. I was debating politics with someone, and they kept kind of coming back to, like, I would give them a practical reason why their idea wouldn't really work that well, or at least I would give them like a thought puzzle, like, well, how would that work in this situation with somebody who thinks this way, and they kept kind of going back to, like, well, I mean, it sounds really good on paper. And I'm like, well, that means you forgot something in your equation. So really, it sounds bad on paper. You just forgot a variable. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, I like that. It sounds bad on paper. So that became it didn't really have as much of a meaning to me because that album's about being a dad.
Yeah.
But the title didn't really fit that. It was just a fun idea.
Gotcha.
Nothing wrong with that. Actually, that brings up a question, more of a individual question for all of you guys. What's an older album where maybe it doesn't have to have good music, but just that has a very good cover and a very good name? Like think of an older kind of rock metal band or any kind of band, any music. Like what's an old album cover and name that kind of like sticks out in your memory a little bit?
How old?
I got one.
Old is relative. I was born in '94,
okay.
So
I got one.
What you got, AC?
I'll pull it up.
Okay, you could. If you click present, I can give power.
Oh, I didn't know we have to show it. I don't have one anymore.
You don't have one? What? You lied to us?
No, I have a good one. It's just not one that I want to be like, yeah, look at this one, everybody.
He lied.
It better be a good one.
It was a great album, and I was 13 or 14 whenever it came out, and I really liked the cover.
I'm anticipating a good one, so it better be good.
I'm looking one up right now. Hang on.
All right, I think that
I have one that the name and the cover just always stood out to me. Let me see if I can.
Let's see.
I'm working on it, man.
Make it happen. Come on, man.
I'm trying to. Sorry, performance issues. Happens to everyone. Let's see. Not you. How about you? No. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I don't know. Is it working? Oh, it's not getting bigger, darn it. But yeah, no. Screaming for vengeance with the metal eagle and the sun in the background. Screaming for vengeance. That eagle, that whole chromed eagle, dude.
Oh yeah, I think you showed that to me.
Always slapped. Like the album. I kind of had some bangers, but a little hit and miss. But that album cover, that name, "Screaming for Vengeance," that epitomizes 80s metal for me. I love it. Always have.
Yeah, yours are better than mine. I got two.
That's fine, man. That's fine.
One is more stream appropriate.
Do the inappropriate one then.
Yeah, no, I have a tiny channel.
It's not
man.
that bad, but I mean, it's not. Okay, it was Halloween Better Than Raw is the name of the album.
Ooh, more erotic naming here.
Still, I rebought it like a month ago, and it's so good. I love that album. It's funny that cover. That's so Primal Fear. Like all their covers, they have the giant metal eagles on everything. It's clear where they got the inspiration from.
Tim Allen goes with Master of Puppets. Not a bad way.
All right, I got mine here.
Okay.
You got one, AC?
Oh, no, I just said Master of Puppets is good, but I got mine ready to share too. Whenever, just whoever. I don't care.
Actually, how do I present someone else's stuff?
That's why I just told you if you want to pull it up, mine might be easier.
Okay.
So this is Anne Boleyn's Lowborn.
Well,
Nice.
that's
It's a really,
cool.
really good album too. But I thought it was a very, very interesting and eye-catching cover.
I like that she's
gold?
basically doing like the Hunger Games little symbol there. But
Yeah, kind of. It's they're slightly
It's
crossed.
close.
so-
It's
That's Jennifer
yeah.
Lawrence was
Yeah.
the model, as we know.
Yeah.
Actually, no, she was the first female action star. Don't
She recorded
never
the album.
forget it.
She wrote- Yep.
In fact, there's a chance she was the first female. Truth be told,
Yeah,
we're
every-
just sticking to the facts.
Wasn't Eve?
Tim Allen offers a Number of the Beast.
nice.
I can't.
Member of the Beast. I was like, what album's that? I don't know.
Beast member, like his
Member of the Beast. No, Number
Member
of the Beast. I
Beast?
just
Oh,
have a
man. What is
terrible
this?
pronunciation.
Like a Seth Rogen movie.
and it is a hideous visage indeed.
Nevermore. All right, I'll look up yours real quick, Evaleigh. It's okay.
Sure.
Technology's hard, especially as you get older.
What? What did you say?
Nevermore.
Hey, come again,
Oh.
Sonny.
I got another one too now. This is man, yeah. Pretty much any Asian Kung Fu Generation album cover too. I love their art.
What was it? It was Nevermore. What? Nevermore.
Dead Heart.
What?
Dead, hot,
Dead. Dead Heart in a Dead World.
Dead
Okay, there we
World.
go.
Yeah, real uplifting, happy.
Halloween.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
I
You
was
know,
really
this
like-
really speaks to the consciousness of our modern society and how we're codependent on the occult and our modern internet.
It's like the
You
world
know,
is
I
dirty.
totally agree over there, Chris.
The heart. The heart is not alive anymore because your room is dirty. You gotta clean it.
Nothing but a dirty little
Pick up
room.
your lobsters.
I've got a lobster for you.
Not.
What?
This generation needs
What?
a father.
Not.
Nobody
Not
does it better.
hot.
Nobody does it better than Hedge. I'm pretty good with voices, and he really has it down. I don't know how he does it, man.
Dude, you guys ever watch the Boys Cast
I saw a couple
with
of the
was it like Ryan? What's his name and the other guy?
Episodes. Yep.
Yeah, they did a thing when Jordan Peterson like commented on some woman's photo on Twitter.
Oh,
Like it was like
so
a
funny.
fat positivity thing or something like that. And he's like, "This is not attractive." And
I might
they
have
were like,
seen
"Not
that.
hot.
Yeah.
She's not hot."
This is like one of those. This is like one of those the edgy, very like we're very dark, bro. Like puts on the eyeliner kind of album covers. I'm down with it. Though. It's
Yeah.
cool.
It was so emblematic of so many metal bands at that time, especially on the Century Media label. I think this is Travis Smith, and it just has that kind of early Photoshop look to it.
It
But
definitely does.
Yes, but everything looked like that at that point in time, and it was, I don't know, there's something about that album, and it's a great album too. Some really awesome riffs on there. I can't speak to the lyrics and stuff. I never really got into Worrell Dane the singer, but Jeff Loomis on guitar.
I'll be frank. Like my family
Man.
and I discovered something recently. It's not that I'm bad at memorizing music lyrics. It's that I don't know what they are. I can't hear them all. So that's always been a problem. Let's see. Tim Allen offers Slayer's Seasons of the Abyss, Night Wishes Once. Oh, and Maji Chan is very excited for Nevermore. Very excited.
But I don't know. Is Maji a fan? I can't.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, for sure she is. Oh, there you go. That's
Needs to
fun.
get this one burned into their memory. Funky Christmas by the New Kids on the Block.
Nice.
Funky
Come on,
Christmas with the
nobody-
New Kids on the Block.
I got
All right.
mine shared at the bottom there if you want to add it.
Which one?
in.
Oh, yeah. At the stage.
Yes, yes.
Bam.
This
Oh,
is-
that's sick, dude. Look at that.
Oh, that is
North,
cool.
North
Yeah,
Lane
this is-
Singularity.
Yeah.
How old is this?
Oh, I don't even know. I think like
I can't tell.
20 teens,
Okay.
something like that.
What was that Alice in Chains cover that like it was somebody like buried in sand? You guys remember that?
I do. I can't remember what album though.
That one stuck with me. I forgot the name of the album, but that one always pops up in my head when I think of like just like striking album art.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this album's pretty good
Yeah,
too. All
yeah.
the lyrics are like really introspective and shit. And like
What
even
style?
though
What style are they? Like
It's
what
like,
kind of music?
it's like progressive metal, so it's like very
Okay.
Here,
very
Yeah, I'll
mathematical
be right back.
sounding, trippy, like psychedelic almost. I fucking love this album so much, dude. And like contrary to the aggressive sound, it's very inspiring and introspective, like I said.
Yeah, no, I like good lyrics, but again, it's hard. Like I have a lot of trouble knowing what they're saying in a lot of songs. Like I've always struggled with that, so it's something that, yeah. Oh, what was it? There was an early Black Sabbath album that. Oh crap! I like it's supposed to be one that stuck with you, but I can't remember what it was. So never mind.
Sabbath's good.
Cover art's really difficult to get right. I think if you're doing it yourself, you have a little bit more control. But there's some bands that I don't know the art. It's just like this is not. I don't know.
Well, let's talk about a metal band that had so much hit and also so much miss. I'm gonna go with $300 for Iron Maiden. Actually, their music's kind of like that too. That like when it hits, it's so good, and it's good long like anthem style song. Like it's so good. And then when it sucks for a very long time.
It's true. It's true.
It's like, I hope you like this song because it's 15 minutes long, and that's not even the live version.
And it's 12 longer than it needed to be.
Yep.
When you're right, you're right. What can I say? You're right.
That being said, their Cyberpunk album, I'm trying to remember what it's called. Oh, wait, is that the Long Distance Runner? Anyway, that their Cyberpunk album that they did, that was
Lost Somewhere in Time. Is that
it? Yeah, Somewhere in Time. That album slaps start to finish, and then you can fight me about that. Creed is hit or miss. Maji, you close that little mouth of yours. We're not going to be dissing on Creed. They're already the punching bag for half of the U.S.
Yeah, Tim Allen, after the Black Album, Metallica Sucks Donkey Balls, there is famously the Saint Anger album that pissed everybody off. Anger is right.
Production was rough.
Alienated, everybody. I think I don't know what the exact controversy was on that one, but I know listening to it, it doesn't exactly sound like typical Metallica shit. So,
and that brings up something, or it doesn't bring up something. But I'm doing a Royce style transition. Hey, look, coffee. Anyway. ever since I've started listening to all your guys' music, like AC, some of your old stuff that you sent me, and I use in my videos sometime on occasion, killer stuff, man. I know you was using stuff other people had done for you, and it was really good. ChillKidd, I heard your stuff. I'm like, that is really cool. And then I met Evaleigh. He did my song for my channel, The Ultimate Kahuna. Fantastic work on that, by the way.
Yes.
And then I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, I want ChillKidd and Evaleigh to come together and make a Beast in Black style like power metal song. I want that to happen. That would bring in the whole thing, man. Like I'd pay much money for that. It would be very fun.
Well, I recently learned a new vocal style.
You mentioned that. Like, how does that work? How did you figure that out?
I literally just belted it out. I started in speaking of Metallica, it started by like kind of impersonating that a little bit to kind of initiate it, but then I shaped the tone and refined it. What helped a lot is tracking it, honestly, because it felt a certain way, but it sounded a different way. But just on the subject of power metal, I don't know. I like a little bit of growl, a little bit of I want it a little bit dark in my metal, but I'm definitely more of a soaring vocals, like power metal kind of guy. Like when it comes to just pure listening taste on average. So like you guys all sing. So like, how did you guys kind of develop your voice? That'd be kind of an interesting thing to go about, because like obviously ChillKidd, you went through the whole punk album phase, and you have that kind of higher register, which is good for that also. Like, so how did you get into singing, and how was that a role that you took on when you were playing in the band, and then ever since then?
I'm going first.
Yeah, no, you know what? Fine, no, Ace. Yeah.
When I was singing, I was trying to channel like Fat Mike from NoFX, and not to get too specific, but that was kind of where I was going with my vocals. So generally I was trying to sing like someone else. So it wasn't until probably, I don't know, 2008 or so when I started actually just trying to figure out how my voice sounds. So going from imitating someone else to actually just figuring out your own voice, that was a different experience for me. And that was right about the time we were wrapping up the band. So yeah, I don't know.
Sorry,
Just
that was very
singing
loud,
for decades kind of helps.
Yeah.
How
that's
Not
cool,
that my
man.
vocals are good, but
How do you transition from imitation to finding your own voice? Because I've never really developed my singing. I
interesting.
did like choir when I was a kid, and then I've just messed around with it ever since then.
Well,
Like honestly, recently what's
you
helped
want-
me was go ahead.
oh, go ahead. No, you're good.
no,
I'm sorry. My bad.
I listen to I watch the YouTube channel Charismatic Voice, and she breaks down a lot of other performances and things of that nature. And honestly, just listening to her talk about voice and trying different things out, has improved some of my voice work and singing in recent years. But how did you kind of develop your own voice instead of just imitating someone else?
Well, I mean, there's the like the mental side of it. You have to kind of get all their singers out of your mind whenever you're trying it, and then you have to find your register. You have to find where your vocal range is at. And it sounds really silly, so I'm not going to do it live, but like there's definitely vocal coaches that can teach you how to find where your tone is at and how to find that sweet spot where your voice is actually kind of nestled. Your tone.
Closer to where it naturally kind of sits.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to do vocal exercises, just realize you're going to feel really, really silly because most of them are designed to make you kind of forget about your own voice for a second. Yeah, exactly. So the stuff you would do in your car or something like that.
Now I got a question for you, Mr. Chill for Real Kid. You can sing, and you don't do it on most of your tracks. Is there a reason that you steer away from singing whenever you have the pipes of an angel?
Oh, bro, you flatter me.
When did you fall from heaven, my man? Just tell me.
No, you
got a male angel though.
Voice, man. You got some grit. You got some rasp in there, some character that you can't like fake. You know, if I try to sound like you, I can't. I literally, my throat can't do that. So you have that character in there that is unique. Why not put it on more tracks? What's the?
Well, all the songs that I do, I have lyrics written for them before I finish the song. So like, it's not that, you know, I can't, but most of the time whenever I start working on the vocals, not all my songs really need them, you know, like, and if it's not going to make the song sound better, I'm not sure I want to, because I'm kind of, like you said earlier on, I'm kind of doing this for me, you know, but there are songs where I definitely do want to do some singing. In fact, the track, Get Your Hopes Up, I have a whole song. Yeah, I have more lyrics than I have song for that. And then, but I sang part of it at the end of the ska recap. So like, I'm trying to find ways to poke it into the music where I think it fits, but it just doesn't always fit. And I don't want to spend a week and a half recording, I try to set up my vocals in stereo. And then if I double them up, that means 4 tracks in stereo. So like, whenever I layer my vocals, it takes a while. So if I don't think it's going to make the song better, I just skip it. Or I don't want people to argue about the thing that I'm singing about. You know?
And that's
so like, I'll leave the concept for myself, but if it's something I don't think is going to add value to the people that are listening or to the music itself, then I just don't want to do it.
Would you ever want to be the front man, like the singer for a band? If somebody else brought you the music and was like, I like your voice, will you sing on this? Is that something that would pique your interest, or is it just like, I have my own things to do and there wouldn't be time for that? Or
I'm never going to turn down a good opportunity to work with people that I respect. So I would be willing to check it out. Yeah, I can't say I can commit to it right now, but I'd love to see what you got. What you're thinking about. I'm assuming that was a hypothetical that involved you. In some way, right?
I have a contract for you to sign right now.
Dude, I would be in a band with you guys.
Get your sexy
anyone
beard
on the screen.
I know a guy that makes
AC, has someone done that exact motion to you? I feel like they have.
Yeah, I think so.
They're literally the government, constantly.
Also, AC, you have enough tattoos, man. Can you lend me some? All I have is like one word on my back shoulder. That's all I got, man.
Pull that one off for you there. It would be like Westworld when he scalps the guy.
I actually have a design that a family friend made. It's a type of Hawaiian turtle. It goes up from my back, like right here, wraps around, goes up, and ends on the back of my skull. It's pretty metal, but it would take a long time, dude.
Get it?
Wow. I was about to mention that I used to tattoo, and then I was like, well, that sounds really complicated.
Whoa, I didn't know that. That's cool. Did you tattoo AC? Is that the connection that we're looking for?
Actually, he is actually just one big tattoo. So
Yeah.
He's not even real. He's not a person.
He turns around, it's just a whole other person.
All the pale color you see is actually the tattoo. The dark colors are my natural skin color.
That's just good stuff.
No wonder
I
your wife
ran out
was
of
into you, man.
peach-colored, tattooing.
Yeah, trying to slowly get back to
Yo, R.H. Snow, the queen of the Iron Age, has arrived.
Come in.
Oh
My lady.
no, we have a nice little crowd going here, man. This is fantastic. This is almost as much as some of my reading streams. This is cool.
I will say, hail to the Iron Age. I will say that.
Is that how you're going to say it?
Yeah, hail. Hail.
I'll say hail, yeah, to the Iron Age.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
There you go. More passion. More passion.
Yes.
Oh,
I feel like
yes,
I'm
queen.
sinking down into
Yes.
the frame.
Yes.
Oh, that's good, man. That's good.
Yeah.
Now what's happening?
But I figured since this is a pre-launch party, we should play at least one more of your songs. Now you've sent me a couple over here. I'm going to look through the other two that we have left here. We had All Nighter, which we already listened to. For those who didn't see it, that was your only opportunity. This stream is going down immediately the moment that it's over. No,
He's
Then
gonna
we
take
got-
it down!
Yeah, save the means of production.
Was that what I
So-
sounded like? I was going for Guns N' Roses there. That didn't work out at all.
or it's
I'm no
like that.
Jim Brewer.
It's like that skit I saw on Instagram recently. It's like, oh, what was it? AC/DC. It's like, yeah, who's gonna sing on the album? I don't know, guys. Could be any one of us. Oh, I love that. Okay, so we have two choices. We have two choices there, ChillKidd. We have song 2, One Job to Do, and song 3, We Don't Need Your Ladder. If you had to pick just one, which one would you pick?
Oh, let's do the latter one. That's again. I'm dedicating this to like all of the creatives in our gilded.
You heard, ladies and gentlemen, we will be listening to We Don't Need Your Ladder, a song dedicated to Iron Age and indie creatives who are trying to fight back against the garbage the mainstream is pushing. And just as soon as I learn how technology works, we are going to listen to it.
Should I do my lights again? Because that was a lot of fun.
That was fun. I'm probably going to... You guys can mute yourselves, or I can mute you, or we can all just add our own vocals to it. No.
I got you. I'll shut the fuck up then.
Here we go. I'm getting ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Could be any one of us. Anyway. And mute my... So spicy.
My strobe light doesn't strobe.
I just muted you on accident. Sorry. He's like, my strobe.
And enough of that.
It's very important what I was saying. Believe me.
So I think an Iron Age rave is possible. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying if
It looks good
we
on
have the
paper.
technology. That's what I'm saying.
It does look good on paper. It does sound good on paper.
Ugh.
Finally, something does.
Yeah.
I've never been to a rave, man. I have no idea what. Yeah,
It's
I'm not
just
that
a
crazy.
giant party, bro. That's all.
I know.
It can
I'm
be
too big
loud.
for parties, man. I get in trouble.
And crowded.
Yeah. If
Yeah, they always make me nervous in movies when I see like a rave. You know, I don't know why.
you know,
It's like get me out of here. No.
like when you were younger and you had like all your buddies over and it was like a big house party and maybe it wasn't like full house for some people, but like just those nights where it's just like, oh, really crazy fun time with all the buddies and you're all drinking and stuff. It's not like that at all. It's if you took that and blew it up to like 1,000 people that don't know each other. And if you go with a group, you end up like kind of splitting off. I mean,
And they're surely all sober, correct?
surely sober.
Mhm, yep.
Surely
and,
also.
observing the law.
Also,
And
there's one important thing we're forgetting. The whole crowd was looking at her.
that
She
was-
hit the floor. She
Well,
Oh,
Schwag
and-
is saying in his fuzzy boots. I'm like, fuzzy boots? The boots
should have gone low, 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 low. Oh no!
So I
My
need to
lights
take
off.
dance classes like Tom Cruise and Tropic Thunder. That's what I need.
Good catch. And
Oh, crap.
another thing is the promoters and the club owners of the raves surely make sure that the environment is clean and well mannered and safe.
And
Definitely.
everybody is of age, always.
Yeah, yes. And they definitely don't
That's
kick
funny.
out the bad actors that are just competing with their bad actors, if you know what I mean. They
Surely
definitely
nobody would take like that glow stick fluid and inject it in themselves, right? Nobody would do that.
Glowies too.
You were the one who told me to do that. That's not cool, man.
It was a pretty good prank, though. You gotta admit it, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the hospital now, asshole.
It's like, why'd you put it in your eye socket, man? Jeez.
I wanted to be able to see in the dark.
Oh, Maji Chan brings up a good point. So a rave is a school dance. Got it. Wink.
So on that note, guys, I actually have to wind down and get back to the fam because the kid's still sick and everything. So
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Oh
That's
man, I'm
not
sorry.
good.
I mean, not cool.
It's all
Yeah,
right.
that's not cool. But
Also,
Hey,
Considering
also
it was my
something-
fault because he was a choke bug.
it's cool of you to be here. That's what
no,
I meant.
I get it, man. I get it. The kid's more important than us. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
we're gonna try to snuggle up as a family and watch some Westworld. I've been revisiting it.
Nothing better for the family.
The whole family. Fun for
Hey,
the
kids,
whole family.
tonight we're going to be reading Berserk.
Yeah. Yes, and up next is Attack on Titan.
just episode 5 specifically, yes.
Yes. But
All right,
anyway,
man. No, I feel that, man. Thanks for coming on, AC. Yeah,
Hey, man.
you're
Hey,
a
good
great
seeing you,
guy
man.
to have on stream, and you got knowledge. knowledge.
Thanks, bro. You guys,
And he's got pipes, man. Wait till you guys hear Villainous Wake from the
Oh yeah,
First Strike album. It's awesome.
I'm trying
and
so
then
hard not to talk about it, man. I know you guys have to like keep it zip, but
I may be
have
in
so many
trouble.
questions. I need to bully Richard into letting me like talk to everybody on stream after it's all done.
It'll be fun. There's been dates tossed around. I'll say that. I'll say that
Ooh.
for some stuff, but that's all I'll say.
So you
I'm
got
gonna go mute
would you call the Bates by a master or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, just checking. Vigorously baiting all over the place. No.
Oh, I mean, you gotta to stay healthy, which is why I got sick.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. You gotta bait regularly,
So I'm back
like
up.
a master.
I think I gotta go.
All right, guys.
Your wife's
Go
gonna walk
back to the
in.
rave.
ChillKidd and Evaleigh, your guys' wives will walk in. What are you guys talking about? Oh, just baiting, honey. It's fine.
I'm worried about me.
All
not
guys
being
do it.
in
It's
chat.
fine. It's just with the boys. It's not a big deal.
Baiting with the boys. What can I say?
Yeah,
What can
yeah.
I say?
Who is it from
Master
Idiocracy? Baton, go away.
Yeah. Bait, go
We can
away.
bait
Yeah.
together.
Oh Christ.
We can bait together. That's all I gotta
Oh,
say. All right, boys. You have been a good time. Thank you. You have a good night.
absolutely.
Yeah, good to see
God
you,
bless
bud.
you and your family, man. I'll send some
I was
prayers for your
just gonna
kid.
say that about you guys. Curse you. And ChillKidd, watch out for IllKid. He comes. I heard him talking shit.
He
But,
comes.
you
He
know,
must have been
I'll
baiting
keep
as
my head
well.
on a swivel.
Yes. IllKid cometh. IllKid, the rise of IllKid.
Whenever he did the head thing, it was.
We'll have to develop some lore.
Yeah.
What was that, Evaleigh?
When we were doing that head shake, it froze, and it was total Jacob's ladder type stuff.
Yeah.
All
All right,
right,
guys.
you have a go, man.
Have a
Yep,
good night.
everybody, you can find AC. He has a book that came out just recently. I said this is a shill for ChillKidd, but I have the OG edition of The Mortal Descent.
Yes.
Check it out, y'all.
Yeah.
It's a sexy book with great stories. Some of which may or may not have been read on my own reading streams. So
Thanks
check
for
it out.
An excellent last minute Christmas present pickup for that special someone in your life. Maybe
It
especially-
really is. What I'll say about his stories in his book, they are stories of consequence within the world that they are contained in, and they connect on at least one of them is specifically connected on a very strong emotional level for me, despite not ever being a soldier myself. I did feel it, and it was really, really good.
Yeah.
So with that, AC, God bless you. Godspeed.
Godspeed, gentlemen. Hail and hail the Iron Age.
Hail the Iron Age.
Yes.
Coda, I love your movie voice, man. Can I get you to say one thing for me?
Anything.
Say, in a world.
In a world.
Yes! We're gonna have so much fun. We're gonna do all sorts of memes together.
In a world where a ChillKidd asks for a favor, there is only one answer a man can give.
How much is the money?
Oh, that's fantastic, man.
from the producers of Fried Green Tomatoes.
and
finally
Diary
remake
of
that.
a Wimpy Kid. The Iron Age presents The Wimpy Kid as an adult. No.
from the creators that brought you Lady Ballers.
By the same doctor that worked on Caitlyn Jenner. Oh, cripes. Anyway, I don't know what just happened.
That's weird. Nobody's watching anymore. What happened? No.
Actually, it turns out we have more viewers than ever before, so I don't know. No,
We're on stuff.
oh, that's fantastic, man.
I think I got through all the questions I wanted to ask you. Is there anything that we didn't cover that you were like, oh, wait, we didn't touch on this point that since it's your stream that you wanted to make sure we get in here? I figure we're probably winding downish, right?
Yeah, getting close, yeah.
Yeah. So is there anything we haven't touched upon yet that you're like, oh, wait, I want to talk about this. The people need to hear this about me.
They need to know.
Are you asking me?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I was sitting here waiting for Kahuna to answer. I was like, well, come on, we're waiting. Okay.
Also,
guys-
King Bob says Evaleigh paid me well to be here, so thank you,
I did,
Evaleigh.
yeah.
You contribute a lot to the show.
I sent a lot of fish sticks in the mail. It's true.
Is that fish sticks with a D or with an ST?
I don't know.
I need to
what
know.
that joke, man. It was just the first thing that came to mind. I've been craving fish sticks lately. It has nothing to do with King Bob. But
It's pretty gay.
pretty.
I am a happy fellow. I don't know what to say.
Hey, if
He's
I was
just
on
like
Twitter,
your
guy, I
regular
would be
dandy,
having
this
fish
Evaleigh. He just goes down to the waterfront in his short shorts and he makes it work.
Yeah.
One fish stick deserves another. Wow, I'm sorry.
All right,
Anyway, so ChillKidd, anything you want to share about your album?
Real
Now we're
quick,
down to
if-
7. Now we're losing people. There we go.
if you guys want to check out the new album, it comes out on Christmas Day on Spotify, Apple, and the bigger platforms like YouTube. But if you want to get it one day early on Christmas Eve, you can go to Bandcamp and Rumble, and it'll be up there on Christmas Eve at midnight. And also, if you guys are interested in physical media, just let me know. Like, send me a message in the Gilded so I can kind of get an idea if that's going to be, something I can get pressed real soon, or if I got to wait a little bit for the tax return. So, yeah, let me know. And if anybody's interested in especially the vinyl, because this will be a first for me. Like, I've never cut any vinyl records in my life, so really excited.
I like
to
the
do that.
idea of vinyl. I don't really listen to vinyl that often, but it's art basically.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's a great thing to have in the background too.
I do have a question.
And
actually.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I didn't mean to interrupt, but it came to mind. I'll forget it. I think.
You're
What,
good.
in terms of listeners, obviously, we just try to get our music in the ears of as many people as possible, or to share it with people that might be interested, even if the initial person is not. What would you say is the ultimate way a listener can support an artist? Is it best to go to Bandcamp and spend $5 on an album, or to buy a shirt, or just listen to the music a ton? Or what is the best way to support an artist like yourself?
As an artist, that's a totally different answer than like as a business person. And I would go with my instincts as an artist first. The only reason I have to think like a businessman is because everything costs so much money, and I've got kids. But as an artist, I don't want you to spend anything if you can't, or if that will be a barrier to listening.
But for all
as
of
an
the
artist, I
oil
just want
daddies
you
out
to-
there, what is the best thing they can do?
Yeah, for me, like I just want people to enjoy the music. I want people to be able to feel what I felt when I found an artist I liked when I was a kid. I'd have to ride my bike all the way down to the CD store and go in and hope there was a demo of the new album and stuff like that. And like it was like a process of like really getting invested in enjoying the music, learning everything I could about the band. Like you could ask me just about anything about the Ramones, and I could tell you. And I really enjoyed that part of being a fan. And if it's somebody who's wondering if they should buy something or not, I don't want them to worry about that. I just want people to be able to have fun with music again. So, but as far as support goes, you could buy a T-shirt or a sweatshirt. That's something you can wear around and enjoy. But it's,
Yeah, you like a T-shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
actually, yeah. No, I was very pleased with the. I bought some clothing from his site and a couple stickers as well, and it was good. That's what I'm telling you, brothers.
Yeah, I know that.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Like that's huge. That's a huge thing for me.
I know that, like I said, we try to get our music in as many ears as possible. We want people to listen to the music. In terms of financially supporting artists on some level, I think each play brings in something like, it's less than a penny per play.
Yeah.
So
I think on Spotify it's like 0.03 cents per play or something like that.
I'm like, okay, if you listen to the song 100 times, you're like, I'm really supporting this guy. They're going to get 70 cents. And I don't know if people realize how little makes it to the artist from the plays, even if you are.
Right.
I mean, 100 plays is a lot of plays for a single person.
Yeah.
So I just think about the bigger picture. So it sounds like buying some merch. That way you get something practical, keep you warm.
Yeah.
You can show your support for the artist. It gets their name out there a bit more than just like, because how often are you in public and you hear someone else's music? You're like, wow, what is that?
Yeah.
But if you see it's a cool idea. It just doesn't have, but a shirt.
Yeah.
Especially, like ChillKidd on a Wrangler stream a while back. We went over some of your products on your store. and your distorted ChillKidd image was freaking people out, especially like poor Maji-chan, because she's dyslexic. She's like, I can't even look at it.
Yeah, I've got that one as one of my coffee mugs. Yeah, it is kind of messing with your eyes a little bit.
That one's cool. It's like the 3D, the offset with the pink and the blue. Is that?
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
it a lot. It's like you need 3D
cool.
glasses.
I was tempted by that. I was like,
That's one of the things that is my favorite about, like, other than making music itself, but like about being in music is spending all the time trying to represent what I do with graphics and stuff. Any of the bands I've been in, like I spend hours and hours and hours working on graphics because, you know, like that's one of the things that can set you apart. Because if I have a stack of CDs in front of me and I only have a certain amount of time to check them out, I'm probably going to pick the ones that look the most interesting. And like designing my logos and stuff for the merch has just been a total blast. Because you can tell when somebody really cares about their merch, and then you can tell when somebody really doesn't.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I'm on one side or the other, but you can tell when somebody's mailing it in on their merch.
Here's a quick little one-off for you guys. Have you guys ever purchased, like, gone to a show and like purchased a shirt and then only to find out like it's not official merch? It was just some sucker like trying to make a buck at a show. Do you guys ever fallen for that one?
No,
I don't think so.
I'm used to going to small shows where they're running their own merch table.
Yes, yeah, it's like the guy, running the tables, like one of the roadies or something.
Yeah.
Like,
also, we got
like,
JVP Music in the chat. Hail JVP.
Hey,
don't know the guy
up,
personally, but everybody says he's a cool cat with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. We all think.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
Yeah, good dude.
But you guys haven't heard that in like a decade.
I've never heard that. It was funny, but I have no idea what it is.
That was a courtesy laugh. I'm confused.
Oh, maybe it's just a lame homeschool thing for me, man. We had a lot of weird things. Like, you guys ever see the awkward turtle?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, what was that? That was in a movie or something.
Why is it awkward?
And it was like the awkward dead turtle. You flip it over.
No. We for the Christian homeschool community in Washington, we had something else. It's like touch the baby turtle, or touch the turtle.
What do they do in homeschool?
Like,
touch the turtle.
Who's that guy with the face? Cthulhu. That looks
Zoidberg.
Like Cthulhu?
Yeah.
No,
it's Zoidberg.
Like in the way back in the day, everyone sees Cthulhu for the first time, and like, bro, that's like what is existence? And now modern day, like your average like girl of a certain age is just like, yes.
What?
Never mind.
I
went down a weird road there. Anyway, back to
now,
merch and questions. Yeah, a lot of people are in agreement. Merch is key. Merch is cool.
Yeah.
And Evaleigh, you got to get that design on a bloody shirt, man.
Oh, yeah,
I will make it
do.
if you don't.
For me, yep.
Oh, that's
Boys,
I'm so
please
excited.
don't mail me a bloody shirt. That's no, not again. Once was enough.
Not again.
Okay,
But yeah,
He's
guys,
like a
I
nail
posted
polish.
links to ChillKidd. Can you put your link to your shirt, your merch store in the private chat, and then I can share it with everybody?
that is a good question. If I close this window, it's going to disconnect me. But I can I can put it in Gilded afterwards. But I do need to get ready for work.
Okay, yeah, no, I feel you, man. I feel you. So, any closing questions, closing thoughts, anybody? I think this is a great show, man. We've almost gone for 2 hours here.
Oh, that flew by.
About an hour and 50 minutes longer than normal, for me anyway.
So what you're saying, your videos are normally 2 minutes long?
Some of them, yeah, just like everything else. No.
We did good too. We stayed on topic pretty well. Usually when me and Chill get together, we usually run off into the field away from everyone else and talk about whatever. So we did.
I can do it on my own. It's a dangerous stream, honestly.
Of course, I was down here kicking myself to keep myself in line. So
stomping on your own foot.
Yeah, actually, my wife wasn't here to do it for me.
Evaleigh, you were the stern mother of this particular video. I'm proud of you. You did a great job keeping us on topic. The stern mother.
Thanks.
You were Mother Goose.
Gee, thanks, man.
I've always wanted to be called a stern
tremendous memories and authority, unrivaled. It's late, man. I'm very tired.
Yep.
It's not even late for me either.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what time is it where you're at? Like 8?
Yeah.
It's time to put on the bunny slippers and get out the cookies and tuck yourself in.
Oh, slippers, my friend. I have nothing adorning my beautiful feet. They are fully.
I have seen these feet. They're epic. I don't know if beautiful is the word I was going for, but
Actually, guys, he says my feet are epic,
pretty
but
incredible.
the first time ChillKidd saw a picture of my feet, he said, "What the hell are those? Those are not feet, they are hands."
Did I say that?
For sure
Wow.
you did. I remember it. It made me laugh.
I'm gonna unfollow myself now. That's pretty horrible.
Dude, I heard it all in middle school. Did you cut off a toe? Why is it an 1.5 inch gap between your big toe and your other toes? What's wrong with you? Anyway,
That's where you kick them in their face with your feet.
I had to get
Hey,
into
have a
high school
closer
before I
look.
learned that. Yeah. But alas,
Yeah.
guys, releasing 12/24/2023 album by ChillKidd, Try Hard.
It's on Christmas Day, unless
Never
you're
mind.
going to check it out on Rumble and Bandcamp.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
guys,
make
check
sure
it out on
everybody knows
Bandcamp.
that.
Buy it on iTunes like an idiot like me. Do whatever you need to, but support this man. Check out his album. I don't know what else to say, man. I'm very tired, but
When
he
you're
did a really good
driving
job on it.
with the family and you're traveling to wherever you're traveling for Christmas and you don't know what to listen to, remember this. ChillKidd has a new album out. Pop that thing on the trip.
Sing your own Christmas lyrics to it. You know, it's the holiday season. No need to be weird about it.
Actually, I love that. That sounds awesome.
It sounds like we need to do, guys. Next year we're doing a Christmas song. Maybe not an album, but a song. We'll do one. It'll be
Yes,
great.
we are. We're gonna we'll do a Christmas rap from the New Kids on the Block album I was talking about.
As long as
There's
you
a
break
good
out
one.
break out them old school punk triangle skills. Let's get those on full display.
I can go hard with the triangle for sure.
No.
I believe it.
This year, for a quick little stream video I'll do on Christmas Day, I'll be singing the the 12 Days of Christmas Hawaiian edition.
All right.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
It'll be fun. Just a quick little video for anyone who's feeling
Amen.
lonely on the holidays.
Sick.
But alas,
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me on.
absolutely. Evaleigh, where can people find you? Where
Um,
do you live? What does it look like? Describe it in
Where do
detail
you-
right now.
What's the exact address? Longitude, latitude.
hang on, I have a map.
Also age, sex, height, all that. We need it. We need this
Azimuth.
information.
You can listen to my music on whatever streaming platforms you're already listening to music. Just type in my somewhat tricky to spell name. I do have a Bandcamp. If you want to listen to stuff there or send me money, you can do it there. But everything, is on your main streaming outlets. So that's where I listen to it. I just listen on Apple Tunes or iMusic, whatever it's called.
Apple Tunes.
Or
On the
you can
face tweet.
chat and just
Almost
buy
there.
it. Just buy it.
Up there on the Pinstagram
Yes.
with the
Yes.
tickety talk. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'll put it in on the web.
All
Did you
the-
know the
all
web
the-
is now worldwide?
No.
What?
Oh, jeez.
So
I
wait, you're
didn't
telling me
hear that.
you're on the line? You're on the line? Is that?
I am.
He's on the
I'm
line.
American
Ladies and gentlemen.
online,
Wow, that's impressive.
and I've got mail.
Guys, this is
Wow.
the internet. All of the world's collected information. You can do almost anything. You could
That's
tell
bad.
children in other countries to put racist things on a sign for your stream and get kicked off of YouTube for a
Oh,
while.
yeah, I remember
you could do
that.
anything.
Wait, let me write this down. Hold on. Where?
The sky is the limit. The world is your oyster. Live it. But anyway, also, we got to give a quick shout out to the chat. You guys have been great. Thank you
Yes.
so much for coming and joining us. This has been a lot of fun. I'm sure ChillKidd really appreciates it. Evaleigh is pretty ambivalent, honestly. And no, thank you all so much for coming.
Okay.
But no, yeah, anyone who's still here, we got Guilty Gearhead. He is on every stream that has ever existed
Sorry.
for all time. We have Resident
Sure,
One, otherwise known as MD Boncher. We have Tim Allen, the man. We have King Bob. King Bob. Some double dipper named Evaleigh. JVP was in earlier, and a whole host of other people. Maji Chan. The list goes on and on. Hundreds and thousands of people. There's no chance I can name them all, but thank you all for coming. I really, really appreciate it. So, guys, with that, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Mele Kulikimaka.
Same to you, man. Thank
All right,
you.
guys. Hey, wait. I have one small request. This is you guys are singers. You have great lung capacity.
Wake up
All right.
If it's not too loud for anyone in the house, I want a woo. I want a synchronized woo from all three of us. Do you think we could do it?
We can't.
I don't know, man. That might get some embarrassing results from my old vocal cords. man.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay, on the count, I'll count down. It's 1, 2, 3, or 3, 2, 1, then go.
1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, then go, and then we do it.
Hang on, let me pray. Hang on, let me.
Oh! We're getting real serious. We're getting real serious.
All right,
Okay.
it's not gonna sound good.
3, 2, 1. Woo! Ow! Baby! All right. Love you all. Good night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Damn.